Kanya Cekeshe was merely fighting for free education and should be let go. That's the plea from the mother of the only Fees Must Fall activist still in prison. Cekeshe was sentenced to 8 years behind bars with 3 years suspended for his involvement in the protest action. In this special feature, our reporter Slindela Masikana takes us through his legal battle to appeal his conviction and sentence.
2 years ago, life as university student Kanya Cekeshe knew it ceased to exist. Cekeshe is serving a 5-year sentence for his part in a cause he believed in: fee-free higher education. The 24-year-old pleaded guilty to public violence and malicious damage to property charges after setting a police vehicle alight during the height of the Fees Must Fall protest in 2016. Cekeshe wasn't the only one, though. Dozens of other students were arrested. Some are still facing possible jail time, while others were placed under house arrest. It's been a psychological battle ever since for Cekeshe's family.
We miss his laughter at home because he's always been this jolly person, you know. So we miss that about him at home, and of course the helping hand, because he's very handy. The past years have been rough. They really have been. The struggle has been real, but we have been attending psychological help as well. That's how we've been coping. He's okay. He's the best he can be under the conditions. I guess he's trying. He's trying to cope.
Cekeshe's legal team says his right to a fair trial was severely violated.
And if it wasn't for that such terribly bad advice, Kanye wouldn't be where he is today. A proper lawyer would have advised him of his rights and would not even have made him plead guilty.
In October 2019, Cekeshe was back inside the very same courtroom in front of the same magistrate who sentenced him to 5 years in prison. Cekeshe was asking to be released on bail pending his appeal.
There is not a single fact that shows why, in the interest of justice, Mr. Cekeshe should remain in prison. It really makes one wonder, why is the state hell-bent on keeping him in prison?
Students came in their numbers to support Cekeshe.
Almost all of us Fees Must Fall comrades, we were convinced to plead guilty. That was the case with Kanya as well.
Cekeshe's mother says all she wants is to have her son home.
I'm on the verge of tears right now because I had hoped that I would be taking him home, and all we wanted for him. I mean, he's just a child that was fighting for a better education in terms of fees for everybody.
It is not in the interest of justice that a convicted person pursuing a hopeless appeal should be released on bail.
And just like that, Cekeshe is sent back to prison to continue serving his 5-year prison sentence. His family visibly heartbroken.
For your support all along, and long may it continue, not just for us, but for everyone else who feels wronged by the law of this country.
Outside, disappointment quickly turned to anger.
Students have expressed their anger by strewing rubbish all over the road. But it's back to the drawing board for Cekeshe's legal team that has indicated it will be appealing the judgment.
The disappointment too much to bear, Cekeshe suffered a mental breakdown and received treatment. During Reconciliation Day, Cekeshe and his family were given a glimmer of hope.
Kanya Cekeshe also benefit 12 months. He's supposed to be released, I think, somewhere in terms of parole. It could be somewhere in February or so. But therefore, this decision means that he becomes eligible for parole immediately.
He now qualifies for parole after being granted a reduction of his sentence by President Cyril Ramaphosa. So the only fees must fall activist in prison will soon be free. But when? The question remains. Slinda Lomasegan, Johannesburg.